If you are standing in a dealership showroom right now, looking at the 2026 Honda Forza 350 and the 2026 Yamaha XMAX 300, I need you to step away from the polished floor lights for just a moment. What you are looking at are not just two stylish mid-capacity commuter scooters. They represent two fundamentally opposing corporate philosophies. And one of them is a clever exercise in manufacturing cost-cutting that could turn into a slow-motion financial sinkhole over 5 years of ownership. We are talking about a major financial crossroads in the sub-400cc class, where one manufacturer over-engineered the chassis to give you true motorcycle-level longevity, while the other relied on brand equity and smart assembly line optimization to maximize corporate profit margins. When you tear down the chassis geometry, the structural divergences become immediately apparent. Honda built the Forza 350 around a tubular steel underbone frame designed primarily for assembly line speed and spatial efficiency, maximizing under-seat storage volume. But that packaging compromise forces structural flex through the central floorboard channel when you lean the machine hard into a high-speed sweeper. Yamaha, on the other hand, took a far more aggressive engineering route with the XMAX 300. They implemented a true motorcycle-style dual triple-clamp front fork assembly, extending structural support all the way to the upper stem. That single decision drastically reduces front-end torsional flex under heavy braking, eliminating that vague, floating sensation so common in traditional step-through architectures. When you inspect the plastic panel fitments and switchgear housing tolerances, Honda uses softer automotive-grade ABS with flexible tabs that absorb road vibration well initially. But Yamaha's higher-density polycarbonate cladding and heavy-duty rubber weather sealing around the main wiring harness reveal a far superior resistance to UV degradation, salt spray, and long-term chassis fatigue. Moving inside the engine crankcases, the powertrain dynamics reveal two entirely different approaches to thermal management and internal friction reduction. Honda's 330cc ESP Plus engine is an absolute masterclass in low-end torque density and parasitic drag reduction. By incorporating a roller rocker arm valve train, an offset cylinder bank, and an oil jet system spraying directly to the piston underside, Honda engineered this motor to minimize friction losses at low engine speeds. It delivers effortless off-the-line acceleration, making it an urban traffic weapon. But here's the catch. To hit those efficiency numbers, Honda tuned the CVT transmission to keep engine revolutions low, which means under sustained 120 km/h highway cruising, the drivetrain feels heavily loaded and works notably harder against wind resistance. Yamaha took a contrasting engineering pathway with their 292cc Blue Core single. By utilizing a high silicone diacetyl aluminum cylinder paired with a forged piston, Yamaha achieved incredible heat dissipation efficiency and precise cylinder bore tolerances. While it gives up nearly 40 cubic centimeters of displacement to the Honda, the Blue Core engine features a more aggressive valve timing map and a hemispherical combustion chamber optimized for high tumble flow and rapid flame propagation. The result is a drivetrain that feels dramatically free revving at the top end. When you hold the XMAX at high highway speeds for 2 hours straight, the engine operates comfortably within its ideal thermal band, feeling far less stressed and transmitting significantly less high-frequency buzz through the floorboards than the larger displacement Honda. When we analyze suspension kinematics and braking physics, the difference in structural philosophy becomes brutally obvious on broken pavement. The Honda Forza 350 relies on a traditional single-bottom bracket front fork setup paired with dual rear shock absorbers offering standard preload adjustment. Around town, this setup provides a plush, velvety ride that insulates you from minor road imperfections. But push the Forza into a rough off-camber highway transition, and the high unsprung mass of the rear engine swing arm assembly overpowers the rebound damping valving, resulting in secondary chassis oscillations that settle slowly. The Yamaha XMAX 300 handles those same road anomalies with remarkable composure. Thanks to that dual triple-clamp front end and firmer oil damping valving, the XMAX manages front-end dive during sudden panic stops far better than the Forza. The front wheel tracks with precision, keeping the contact patch glued to the asphalt rather than loaded against flexing fork stanchions. While the XMAX's firmer rear dampening translates to a stiffer, harsher ride over severe potholes at low speeds, it repays the rider with absolute high-speed stability and sharp, predictable feedback when sweeping through fast corners. In short, Honda built a boulevard cruiser, Yamaha built a proper dynamic chassis. Transitioning into the electrical architecture and dashboard interfaces, we see where corporate feature packing collides with daily usability. Honda equipped the Forza 350 with a motorized, infinitely adjustable windscreen that is an absolute dream for weather protection, letting you tailor airflow on the fly with a thumb switch. They also offer a sharp digital display surrounded by analog dials, which provides crisp legibility under direct sunlight. However, the sheer mechanical complexity of that motorized windscreen mechanism creates a potential long-term failure point, complete with internal actuators, microswitches, and extra wiring looms routing through the steering neck. Yamaha opted for a screen adjustment that requires manual tool adjustment, which feels decidedly low-tech in a showroom setting, but eliminates a complex failure vector entirely. What Yamaha did invest in is a highly robust CAN-bus electrical system and a dual-screen TFT and LCD layout that integrates navigation seamlessly. While navigating Yamaha's multi-button handlebar switchgear requires a bit of a learning curve during your first week, the harness connections are heavily shielded against corrosion, and the interface responds instantly without the slight display lag found on the Honda's center console during cold weather startups. Now let us talk about the brutal reality of total cost of ownership, service accessibility, and long-term maintenance friction. Honda's reputational badge tax often tricks buyers into thinking they are buying a lower maintenance bill, but a deep dive into the service manual tells a different story. Honda's tight packaging around the ESP Plus engine means that routine valve clearance inspections require removing a massive array of interlocking body panels, significantly inflating shop labor hours. Furthermore, the Forza's drive belt inspection intervals demand strict adherence, and the replacement belt and slider components carry a surprisingly heavy price tag at the parts counter. Yamaha engineered the XMAX with the technician in mind. The body panel overlays are segmented logically, allowing quick access to the cylinder head, air filters, and CVT casing without requiring a total teardown of the rear subframe panels. The Blue Core engine's DIAS sill cylinder surface reduces oil consumption across high-mileage lifespans, and Yamaha's drive belt and roller setup has proven to be exceptionally durable, keeping routine service costs predictable and low over a 30,000-kilometer ownership cycle. When you factor in the XMAX's legendary resale value in the mid-capacity scooter segment, the financial equation swings heavily in Yamaha's favor. So here is the ultimate engineering verdict, stripped of all marketing gloss and showroom shine. If your daily riding consists primarily of urban commuting, stop-and-go city traffic, and low-speed boulevard cruising where supreme comfort, instantaneous low-end torque, and the luxury of an electronically adjustable windscreen matters most to you, buy the Honda Forza 350. Its underlying engine tuning and supple suspension are optimized specifically for that urban load profile, and you will love every single second of its smooth, effortless operation around town. But if you're a rider who demands true long-term mechanical durability, daily highway capability, sharp chassis feedback, and lower long-term maintenance overhead, buying the Honda over the Yamaha is a major engineering mismatch that will waste your hard-earned money. The XMAX 300 is the structurally superior machine, over-engineered where it counts, in the chassis, the cooling efficiency, and the suspension geometry, giving you a motorcycle-grade platform that will outlast and outperform the competition over tens of thousands of kilometers. Ultimately, choosing a long-term machine comes down to prioritizing structural engineering over surface-level convenience. Take a close look at your daily route, honest mileage expectations, and maintenance tolerance before signing that finance paperwork. If you found this engineering deep dive helpful, consider subscribing to the channel to join our growing community of informed riders. Safe riding out there, and I'll see you in the next review.